Yo, what it do, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Juggernaut Show. And today, Leo and I are here to give our predictions for the WWE Draft for 2023. Leo, how you feeling, man? Like, what you been up to today, man? How you feeling?
I've been feeling good, uploading, content and whatnot, and just getting some videos out before the draft. Very excited for this year's draft. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about it, especially with the new World Heavyweight Championship being revealed last night. That was something I wasn't really all in on at first because I didn't think they were going to pull the trigger on it, but they did. It's kind of mixed emotions for the most part because, like, I can see why they did it, but it's the same reasons, like, really, did they have to? So it's pretty much been going back and forth for the most part.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this draft this year. Like, there really hasn't been a whole lot of news going around, like with wrestling, like these past couple of days. Except for like stuff with the draft. People
Yeah.
like who they think will go to each brand and stuff. But this is like one of the drafts I'm looking most forward to in a long time. Like probably since I don't know, probably since like 2019, since they did that draft.
2016 for me. 2016 is probably like the last time I actually was excited for a draft. The last few years haven't really lived up to what I thought.
Actually, the last draft I really looked forward to was probably in 2011. Yeah, that I remember back in those days, like when wrestlers actually competed in matches, and
Oh
like
yeah, for an
which
advantage, right?
yeah, for an advantage. So like say like a Raw superstar faced a SmackDown superstar, and whichever brand won, that's where the draft pick would go
They
to.
used to do that a lot. They
I
did that
wish
a lot.
I wish they still did it like that because it made it more interesting.
They did it in
Um,
2019. Remember?
they
I
did
think
it.
they did it in 2019 because you remember, but it really ended in a no DQ. I think it's like a DQ because remember, this was where Seth faced Roman and, the Fiend interfered. So
Mhm.
we had that match on SmackDown.
That's true. But let's talk about, but before we get started with these, with our predictions for the draft, let's talk about what you mentioned a little bit ago. So we're going to talk about the new World Heavyweight Championship. Well, what's your thoughts on this? Like, what's your thoughts on this design? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
Me personally, I like it. It looks like the modern day version of the World Heavyweight Championship, the big gold, but also has like a little bit of the NXT Championship is a little bit as well because like the design kind of it looks just like the NXT Championship. If you look at the NXT Championship, it looks just like this one, and it kind of looks like the World Heavyweight Championship. It's pretty much both into one title.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I love that. I love this design. It's a lot better than the Universal Championship,
10 times
and
better.
10 times better than that. I mean, I don't mind the WWE Championship. I mean, basically
No.
Universal and WWE Championship are the same thing and stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah, this championship is the best looking championship that WWE has going right now.
easily, easily.
And like you said, this title, gives big Goldie vibes.
Yeah,
Like that's what I'm feeling right here. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the big W in the center there. Like, I'm not a big fan of that.
me too. But at least like I can at least thank for me. I can at least deal with it because it's not like how the WWE Championship was like it's a big W covering the whole championship. They made the W a little bit smaller, so it really doesn't take up the whole title. So, eh,
And I also love the side plates here, like the side plates. I'm happy
yeah,
they included those on the title. Like I said, this gives me big Goldie vibes because that was one of
it,
my favorite. That was one of my favorite title belts. And I have it back in the background here, which I'm gonna be hanging it up soon. I'm gonna be hanging that bad boy up soon. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and actually get started with these predictions for the draft. So do you want to go first, or I don't
yeah.
care.
I think it since SmackDown is gonna be like the first part of the draft, and then Raw. And pretty much, if you're looking at the video right now, he's on the Raw side, on the SmackDown side, so it's only fitting just for competition purposes to have that taken care of. For me personally, my first pick, or the person who I think should be going to SmackDown first, is none other than the head of the table, the Tribal Chief, the undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns, coming to SmackDown.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I definitely see that. That's a pretty obvious choice because
Yeah,
I really don't see Roman going over to Raw. I mean, unless he drops the. Yeah, I don't see him coming over to Raw. I just don't
no,
see it.
no, especially with everything that happened last night, it's easy to say that he is going to stay on SmackDown.
Well, so yeah, so that's definitely an obvious choice. So, well, my pick, I'm gonna say, I think the person that come over to Raw, I think it's gonna be Cody Rhodes. I mean, that's another obvious choice. I think he's definitely gonna be
That,
going over.
I can see why, but here's the only reason why I would have said he could have been on SmackDown, because I know a lot of people have been talking about it. I've kind of said my 2 cents about it. I think they're gonna have that World Heavyweight Championship, stay on Raw. But I think for the sake of the story that they're trying to tell with Cody, I think you will want him to finish the story with Roman. I don't think I think it would diminish everything that we've been trying to do since WrestleMania of building him back up to face Roman if you was to keep him on Raw. Because it's like you pretty much gave him the World Heavyweight Championship, and I don't want to sound like a bad person when I say this, when I say about the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that's pretty much just like the championship was like a consummation prize. Like, for thanks for trying to get Roman to beat Roman, but failing time and time again. That's kind of how I feel about it, because it's like whoever wins the World Heavyweight Championship, I mean, not so that it's going to probably be a person that's Roman's already beaten in his reign, and it
Mhm.
sucks because I think for Cody, him winning the World Heavyweight Championship, yes. Will it be a good moment? Yes. Will I be happy about it? Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like the story that they're trying to tell with him would only make sense if he was to beat Roman at maybe Night of Champions or SummerSlam.
Mhm.
So I feel like if you were to draft him, I think wherever Roman's going, Cody is probably going to go to.
I could definitely see that. Okay, so what's your second? Who you think's gonna go to SmackDown, or
Ooh,
what do you think's gonna happen?
my second pick is none other. But do does one? What about factions? Do they count as one pick?
Yeah, they count as one pick, and you could say, you could split up a faction. You can do what you want here.
Okay, I have the Judgment Day going to SmackDown. The Judgment Day is getting drafted to Friday nights.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go do a faction also, but I think this is gonna be a split of a faction. Okay,
Okay.
so you're gonna keep Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa on SmackDown. Okay,
Oh.
but you're gonna split the Usos. You're gonna move them over to Raw. Because
Oh.
say if they don't win the titles, or maybe say if they do win the titles, say they win them on SmackDown, and
You're
wherever
thinking
Roman and Solo go, they go like, Roman goes like, no, we want the Usos over here on SmackDown. But if they lose, go like, nah, we ain't helping the Usos. We ain't helping them get over to SmackDown. So maybe,
I was thinking something different. I was thinking possibly they would have done something. Whatever happens on SmackDown, maybe they do turn on the Usos. But what if they did something like where they do split the Usos, but they send Jimmy to Raw, and Jay has to stay on SmackDown, because I think they still want to finish that story potentially with Jay and Roman, where Jay finally gets his moment over Roman. Now, I already said what I need to say about Cody, but what if they decide to go a different route and have Jay Uso be the one to defeat Roman and take down the tribal chief and become the champion? That story has been going on for years now. It started with Jay. I don't think of a better way for the bloodline to end than Jay to being the one to end it all and take down Roman Reigns, the person who's been undefeated ever since he's come back. The guy that's been holding that Universal Championship since he's pretty much came back to the company.
mm-hmm.
And
I'm anything can happen. I mean, that's be great story, long term story development there. That'd be great to see.
of
But who
course,
knows? Who knows? So this is gonna be your third pick. Yeah, what's
my
it gonna be?
third pick, I'm splitting up a tag team. I'm sending Montez Ford to SmackDown, and none other than what's his tag team partner? I forget his tag team partner sometimes. Angelo Dawkins.
Angelo Dawkins, yeah.
Angelo Dawkins is going to Monday nights. We're splitting up the Street Profits.
Now you see, dang, you took one of mine. Now you see, I would have done the opposite thing there. I would have sent Montez Ford the Raw, and I would have put Angelo Dawkins on SmackDown. That's why I would have done him personally. But I mean, who knows? Because I definitely think Montez Ford has star written all over him. Like he's going to be.
Yep.
I think he could potentially win the Money in the Bank this year.
Montez,
like
yeah.
I would love to see that. But that's a really bold prediction there. So it's my third pick now. Okay, let's see. So let's talk about. So I definitely think there's going to be quite a few NXT call-ups. That come up. I think maybe we get at least like 5 NXT call-ups. I think that's how many we're going to get.
We'll at least get 5.
At least get 5. Maybe the people who I'm thinking of here. Okay, so maybe like I don't know if Indy Hartwell loses the title tonight. Maybe she gets up to the main roster. Maybe she goes, and like it doesn't matter which brand, but I feel like maybe she might be going up.
Yeah.
Maybe what is his name? Grayson Waller. I feel like he could be another one that could be going up.
Ilya Dragunov.
Ilya Dragunov. I've been hearing rumors about him going up.
Tyler Bate.
Yeah. I really haven't heard much about Tyler Bate,
because like last week I think last week he had a dark match on main event with Dolph Ziggler, and they were talking about that how good that match was, and they were saying that he is pretty much a lock for the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's indeed true that he's an actual lock for the draft and that people have been eyeing him for a while, and especially with his age, he's only 26. He has years ahead of him, and I think this is somebody that you could definitely build as a future guy in the company, whether you put him on Raw or SmackDown.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And then maybe Zoe Starks could be going up to the main roster. I feel like she'd be another one, and maybe let me think of one more.
Roxanne Perez. I think she's somebody I think is ready for the main roster.
She's most definitely ready for main roster. So yeah, I think at least 5 superstars are going to be called to main roster. And then, like I said, it doesn't matter which brand, but yeah. So, do you have any like NXT people coming up anymore?
Besides those people I named, no. I think those are pretty much the only people I could think of right now. I mean, Pretty Deadly. I've been hearing about Pretty Deadly coming up as a tag team in the draft. I think putting them on Raw would be something cool because they have more time to give to the tag team division. It doesn't matter, but I think Raw is just a better fit.
Also, there's another person I just saw that maybe. Cora Jade. I've been hearing a lot of rumors about her. Maybe her going like to SmackDown. I wouldn't mind seeing her on SmackDown.
I literally thought about her, but I was like, I think she might need to stay at NXT just for a little bit while longer, only because I think she needs to win the NXT Women's Championship before going to the main roster. I think that's something I would want to see before she goes to the main roster, is having her win the championship.
Yeah, most definitely. And then Sarah said Braun Breaker and Cora.
I can see that happen. Especially with him being just turning heel. I think it's only a matter of time before they do decide to bring him to the main roster.
Okay. What's your next prediction for the draft here?
Ooh. My next pick is Drew McIntyre going to Monday nights.
Okay.
I think you bring him back as the Scottish psychopath, be a heel again, like we all know he is good at being. He's also good as a babyface, but him going to Raw and wreaking havoc and possibly winning that World Heavyweight Championship, sign me up.
Oh, most definitely. So that was your 4th pick? Yeah, it was your 4th.
Yeah, 4th pick.
I'm going to say that another team gets split up here. I think that we have the Damage Control. I think they get split up here.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're going to keep Bailey on Raw, and they'll send Io Sky and Dakota Kai to SmackDown.
Would they be a team still, or would they be singles competitors? The question.
I feel like they would. I mean, I like him as a team. Like, I wouldn't mind having them as a tag team because they need some more tag teams and stuff.
Sky and Kai coming to SmackDown.
Sky and Kai, yeah, and then keeping Bailey on Raw, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. My fifth pick. You know I gotta do it. He's going to Raw. L.A. Knight. Yeah, is going to Monday nights.
There you go. Yeah,
I
I
think
definitely see that.
it's gotta happen. It's gotta
Mhm.
happen.
Yeah, I think,
Either brand would be good for him. Either brand is good for him, but Raw
and he has world title written all over him. I think he's in like
easily.
probably the next year he's gonna be a world champion,
I think by the end of this year he'd probably be
or
world
maybe
champion.
he could be another person to win the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, he's pretty much the front runner as of right now. It's pretty much him, Montez, and probably Finn Balor and Drew are the top four right now.
Okay, so this will be now my this is my fifth pick now.
Hmm.
I got Seth freaking Rollins going over to Friday Night SmackDown.
You have him going to SmackDown? Oh
Yes,
my!
I got him going over to the SmackDown. Because we never really see him on the Blue Brand that much, and like I would love to see Roman and Seth go at it again for the world title for the
Hey
Universal
man,
Undisputed Championship. I would love to see that.
owner, I was literally gonna. That was gonna be a pick. I was thinking about if he stays on Raw, he's gonna be that world champion. I
Hmm.
I feel like because he's pretty much like the Roman Reigns of Monday Night Raw, but he's there all the time. But
Yeah,
that's neither here nor there. So, but him on SmackDown would be great because the only time he's really been on SmackDown was what like in 2021, I believe. Like because he got called to SmackDown in late 2020.
yeah.
Yeah, and then went to in 2021 he was in there on SmackDown. Then went right back to Raw in 2022. Okay.
Okay, so what's your next one gonna be? Because I kind of want to do some more picks here. Let's keep going here with this.
Uh my next pick is going to Friday nights. Matt Riddle is going to Friday nights.
Okay,
I think
okay.
it's gotta happen. I think it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen.
I think he would be a better fit on SmackDown as well. Um,
Yeah.
we know with this whole style he does. Yeah, so that I could definitely see that happening. Um, so my next pick, I'm going to say that since we have, um, I think that Charlotte's going to be going over to Monday Night Raw. I
Yeah.
think Charlotte's going to Raw and
Mm-hmm.
maybe continuing the feud with, continuing the feud, maybe doing a feud with like Bianca Belair,
Probably at
sometime.
SummerSlam. I think that
Yeah.
match will probably happen at SummerSlam. In my opinion, I think that's happening at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, most definitely. What's your
Ooh.
next pick?
My next pick. Ooh. I, I'm taking A Town Down. Austin Theory is going to Friday nights. He is taking the U.S. Championship to Friday nights.
There you go. You know, there. Okay, you just brought up a great point. You know what I think might happen?
They're
Okay,
in place for
so
not
I feel
split
like
the.
I feel like they're gonna swap the titles. Like I feel like maybe Gunther might end up going to Raw,
With the Intercontinental.
and like I feel like the titles aren't gonna like change shows and stuff. But I
Yeah,
feel
they
like
are. I
you
feel like they are
you
because
feel like they will.
you remember in 2017, even though it wasn't the draft, but you remember Kevin Owens was U.S. champion,
Hmm.
Dean Ambrose was Intercontinental champion.
Oh yeah,
Dean Ambrose took the Intercontinental Championship with him over to Raw, and pretty much Kevin Owens went to SmackDown with the U.S. Championship. So I feel
oh
like we
yeah,
could probably see that again.
yeah. I think we definitely see that, and I would love to see Gunther on Raw. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna say Gunther is gonna go over to the Red Brand.
Ooh, you know what? I'm taking him. I'm taking the OC. I'm taking AJ Styles is going back to the place that AJ Styles built. Friday nights, SmackDown Live.
Where's AJ Styles been at? I haven't seen him in a
He's been
while.
injured. He's been injured, and there's no really clear timetable when he might be ready just yet.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna say, since Seth Rollins, I said he's going to SmackDown. I feel like she has to go over to SmackDown too.
Becky
Big
Lynch.
big time Becky
Yeah,
Lynch. Yeah,
yeah,
I feel like she's gonna go to SmackDown and like because she's done a lot of this, matches on Raw with a lot of the women on there. I feel like it's ran its course.
yeah.
And like I said, the same way with Charlotte, swap those two girls, and there we go. So yeah, I got Becky Lynch going over to SmackDown.
Let me see who I got next. Who do I want to take next? I'm splitting them up. I got no longer being called Butch. I got Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight, going to Monday Night Raw.
Okay, okay, there you go. I like that one. Let's see here. Let's do a couple more picks here. We'll do a
Yeah,
few more picks. Man, we're kind of running a little short here. Man, you already took the Judgment Day. You already said something about them.
yeah,
Let me see. Let me see here. I'm trying to figure this out. I feel like Bobby Lashley. I feel like he's gonna be staying on Monday Night Raw.
yeah. I
I
think
feel,
a lot of these people might be staying where they are for the most part. Well, not all of them, but some of them are probably going to be staying, especially with the championships. I just don't think it's. I don't think what they'll how they'll do that. I don't really know what they'll do with the women's tag team championships because they can pretty much go to either brand. I don't
yeah,
know how that's going to work, so we'll have to see.
yeah, but I got Bobby Lashley staying on Monday Night Raw. What's your next pick?
I have Shinsuke Nakamura staying on SmackDown.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Let me do. So I'll do one more, and then you could do one more here. So let's see. Do. Man, I would love. Okay. Hmm. I was actually thinking about. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. Man, we're kind of running low on superstars here, or like big things that can happen. I feel like the LWO. I feel like they're gonna end up going. I feel
To
like they're gonna
Raw.
end up. No, I feel like they're gonna end up staying on SmackDown. But then again, we need some more factions on Raw.
Yeah, because pretty much I have the Judgment being on SmackDown. The Bloodlines probably gonna still be on SmackDown for the most part. So, I
I'm gonna say
mean,
the LWO goes over to Monday nights.
and then you probably can have Imperium on Raw too. So,
Yeah. You haven't, like I said, yeah. I'm because I took Gunther and I said Gunther and Imperium are going to Raw. So yeah, I definitely think that's gonna happen. And what's your final pick? What you
I'm
got here?
debating which one I want to go with because I would love to take Johnny Gargano being on SmackDown. I think it's fit for him. Um, I'm gonna do a woman pick because I don't think I've done a woman pick yet. Who am I gonna go with? You know what? Screw it. I'm taking Dana Brooke to SmackDown. I had to say the best for last, but I think
You
she's
had to say the
definitely.
best for last.
I had to. I think when you look at her career and what she's done on both Raws, right? I mean, yeah, on Raw she's pretty much been 24/7 champion, but on SmackDown she's pretty much got to do more. She's pretty much beaten some of the bigger stars on SmackDown. She's beaten Bayley, she's beaten Sasha, she's beaten Becky, she's beaten these big stars who's had these big accolades under their belt, and she's done it on SmackDown. I think
Mm-hmm.
this is somebody that you can probably put in that women's division on SmackDown and build up as like an underdog story. And I wouldn't mind seeing her go up against somebody like Raquel to show what she can really do, or like a Rhea Ripley. Granted, if she stays on Raw, she's pretty much going to have to really go up against Bianca because that's the only person that Bianca hasn't really faced since she's been in WWE. If you're looking at NXT or on the main roster, she's beaten everybody. Dana Brooke is the only one she has not beaten yet or even come across yet. So if that's a
Mm-hmm.
story that they want to tell on Raw, fine. But on SmackDown, she's pretty much done everything. She's beaten Sasha Banks, like I said, all these bigger names. And she's pretty much been in these high-profile matches. She's been in Money in the Bank, a part of SmackDown. Yes, she was in Raw, but at least with SmackDown, she's given more opportunities. And I feel like they kind of do their women's division a little bit better on SmackDown when they do these, these number one contendership matches and having people that we don't get to see a lot, especially under the on the undercard, be used. But when compared to Raw, when it's just the same women that's going to be thrown into these number one contendership matches, and everybody else is just left lying on the wayside. This is why I literally said as a prediction. I know it's not going to happen, but I wish it could happen. The women's division need a mid card championship right now, because if you're not going for one of the world championships or being randomly paired for a tag team, you're pretty much just flounder and have nothing to do, or just going to be fed to these champions. That's pretty much what it's going to be.
Here's what I think they should do. So I think get rid of one of those tag team championships for the women, and like have that as a main card. I mean the mid card title. So like I think
I was thinking with the tag titles, they were going to unify those with the NXT women's tag team titles and have that one set of tag team titles, and it flows between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. But we're not sure if they're going to do that, especially with the brand split happening. I thought when Dana Brooke held the 24/7 championship, she even said it. She didn't want that just to be the title. She wanted to use that and pretty much asked for it to be transformed into a women's intercontinental championship. And she's been pretty much advocating for it for so long. And I feel like if they were to do that, she's somebody that it can go to. So I feel like SmackDown, it used to be called the land of opportunity. Hey, bring that catchphrase back for one night only and have Dana Brooke go to SmackDown.
Yeah, you had to do it. You had to.
I had to. I mean,
yeah. So those are what we think what's going to happen in the draft. Which who knows what's going to happen. Like this is the most intriguing draft that's happened in a very, very long time. I'm excited for it. And Raw was pretty decent last night. I was like, for the longest of time when they said that Triple H had a big announcement, I go like, what's his big announcement going to be? Like, hopefully it wasn't going to be like an announcement like Tony Khan does and stuff. It was a lot better than what Tony Khan does. Like, introducing that world championship. But do you have anything else you want to add? Before we go, before we plug all of our channels and stuff.
No, the only other thing I can see in this draft I can see possibly happening is with everything happening on WWE right now is the split between the Alpha Academy and have Chad Gable probably stay on Raw or probably go to SmackDown.
I would say I would put Otis on. Wait, what brand is the Maximum Male Models on?
They're on Raw.
They're Raw. So I would put Otis on Raw. I would definitely keep him on. I would have him on Raw, and I would put Chad Gable on SmackDown. Since I said that Chad Gable and Angelo Dawkins would both be on SmackDown. Make them a tag team. Make them two guys a tag team.
There's one person that we probably slept on in here. I feel like maybe.
Let me pull back up the graphic. Let me see.
We gotta talk about Asuka. She's in here. She's in the draft. Do you have her on SmackDown?
I would say she would go over to Monday Night Raw.
Because she's on Raw right now, so she'll probably just remain on Raw.
I feel like she was going to remain on Raw. I don't see her changing shows. What do you think about her?
I think she could. If either brand would be fine. I don't. Well, she's pretty much faced both of the women's championships and pretty much lost. She lost against Rhea for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania 37. And then she pretty much failed to win the championship at WrestleMania against Bianca. So it's like she probably will be in the mid card for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
I don't think anybody else is on here that I can think of. Dolph. I think SmackDown just made for him for whatever reason. I think just SmackDown.
I agree. Yeah, I really can't think of anything else. Like, let me pull up the graphic one more time. Let's see if I
Ricochet and Braun, I could probably see them going to Raw.
Definitely could see that.
Miz, I could see going to SmackDown too.
Having the Miz going to SmackDown, make it like it was 2016 over again.
Yeah,
I love that Miz.
I was almost very close to actually splitting up the Judgment Day and splitting off, Damian Priest and Finn and keeping them on Raw, but sending Dominic over to SmackDown with Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I want to see Finn Balor be a world champion again. I think Raw he will have a better chance to do that.
Yeah, most definitely. But yeah, those were our WWE Draft 2023 predictions. Leo, let everybody know where they can find your channel at. For the people that are watching on my channel right now.
Yeah, my channel is Kicking It with Leo. I do wrestling content, horror content, gaming content, pretty much every day of the week. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. Catch me this Friday night because I will be doing a live stream for the both nights of the draft for both Raw and SmackDown. So you guys do not want to miss that.
Yeah, definitely go subscribe to Leo. He does some great content on his channel. And while you're here, for people that are watching on my channel and for the people that are watching on Kicking It with Leo's channel, go subscribe to Juggernaut097. I am on the road to 600 subscribers. I think I'm at like 555 right now. So yeah, I'm on the road to 600 subscribers. Be sure to hit the like button on both of our videos. Go down in the comments. Let us know what your thoughts are going to be. With the draft. What your predictions are. As well as don't forget to share the video. Go turn on our notifications, as well as share the video. Share it with your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt, your sister, your brother. Share it with everybody. Spread that channel out. Spread our channels out there. Because we trying to grow. We trying to eat out here. Um, but yeah, if that's all, this is Leo and Juggernaut saying peace out, and we will catch you guys in our next videos. See you later.